Hello friends, welcome to a journey that blurs the line between past and present. Today, I'm taking you through time itself to one of the most extraordinary, yet often overlooked corners of our planet, the ancient lands of the Caucasus and the hidden treasures stretching from the Black Sea to the deserts of the south and the Mediterranean shores. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine standing on a high mountain pass. The wind is sharp and alive, carrying the scent of wild herbs, aged wine, and wood smoke from distant villages. Below you, ancient stone towers rise like silent guardians, watching over valleys where people still live by rhythms that are thousands of years old. This is a place where history doesn't feel like something in books. It feels like something you can touch, taste, and breathe. Let's begin with what we see today. The snow-capped peaks of the Caucasus stand eternal against the sky. In Svaneti, those legendary defensive towers, some over 1,000 years old, pierce the clouds. They have witnessed invasions, celebrations, harsh winters, and quiet summers. These are not mere ruins. They are homes, fortresses, and symbols of a people who refuse to disappear. Travel further and you enter landscapes that look like they belong on another planet. Towering mud-brick buildings rise several stories high in deep desert valleys, surrounded by date palms and endless sand. These structures have housed families for centuries, protecting them from the elements and from time itself. Then reach the Mediterranean coast, where ancient cedar trees, some 3,000 years old, still stand proud on the mountain slopes. Their massive trunks carry the memory of Phoenician sailors, Roman legions, and countless generations who looked to the sea for their future. But now, let us truly travel back. Let time fold upon itself. 2,000 years ago, these same mountains and valleys told a very different story, yet in many ways the same one. Welcome to ancient Colchis. This is the land of the Golden Fleece, where the legend of Jason and the Argonauts was born. Here, people were already making wine 8,000 years ago, the oldest winemaking tradition on Earth. Picture a quiet morning in a riverside settlement. The sun rises over the misty hills as women carefully tend to clay kvevi buried in the ground. The air is thick with the sweet, earthy smell of fermenting grapes. Men head out to the vineyards or the forests, carrying tools passed down through countless generations. Children laugh and chase each other between wooden and earthen houses while merchants arrive from distant lands along the Silk Road routes, bringing silk, spices, gold, and stories from Persia, India, and beyond. In the evenings, the community gathers. Fires crackle, and the unique polyphonic singing begins. Multiple voices weaving together in perfect, ancient harmony. It feels as if the mountains themselves are singing along. These songs carried prayers, history, sorrow, and joy long before any written records existed. Move slightly west, closer to the sea. You find yourself in a thriving port city. White stone columns gleam under the Mediterranean sun. Scholars debate philosophy and law in public squares. Traders haggle over purple dye, cedar wood, and glassware. Phoenician and later Roman ships rock gently in the harbor, ready to sail to distant shores. This was a center of knowledge, commerce, and innovation that helped shape the world we know today. Further south, in what is now arid valleys, a powerful kingdom once flourished. Massive dams and sophisticated irrigation systems turned deserts into lush gardens. Caravans loaded with frankincense and myrrh stretched for miles across the sands. Temples reached toward the heavens, and astronomers studied the stars from tall observation towers. Legends speak of a wise queen who ruled these lands and whose fame traveled as far as distant empires. Life back then was raw, vibrant, and deeply human. People fell in love, argued with neighbors, celebrated good harvests, mourned losses, and dreamed of better futures for their children, just as we do now. They looked up at the same stars, feared the same mountain storms, and found comfort in the same familiar songs. Now let us gently return to our time. You walk through the narrow streets of an old city. Ornate wooden balconies lean over cobblestone alleys. The smell of fresh bread, grilled meat, and strong coffee fills the air. Elders sit outside their homes watching the world go by. When you are invited inside, the welcome is warm and generous. Bread, wine, and heartfelt conversation, exactly as travelers were received centuries ago. The continuity is breathtaking. The same grape varieties that grew here 8,000 years ago still produce wine today. Families still bury clay vessels in the earth following traditions older than most civilizations. The mountains remain unchanged witnesses. They saw Alexander's armies pass, Persian kings, Roman generals, Arab scholars, Mongol horsemen, and many more. Each wave brought destruction, but each time the people returned, rebuilt, replanted vineyards, repaired towers, and taught their children the old songs. Stand on an ancient fortress wall at sunset. 2,000 years ago, a warrior might have stood in this exact spot, gripping his spear, watching for approaching enemies. Today you stand there with the wind in your face, looking down at peaceful valleys dotted with lights from modern homes. The contrast is powerful. It reminds us how fragile yet incredibly resilient human stories are. These hidden lands teach us something profound. They show us that civilizations rise and fall, but culture, language, and connection to the land can endure. The Georgian language, for example, has survived for thousands of years, remaining unlike almost any other on Earth. The traditions of hospitality, polyphonic singing, and winemaking have outlasted empires. In our fast-moving, modern world, these places offer something rare, a sense of deep time. When you drink the wine, walk the mountain paths, or listen to the songs, you are not just a tourist. You become part of a story that began long before us and will continue long after we are gone. We often chase wonders on the other side of the world, yet some of the greatest treasures are hidden in plain sight behind old stereotypes and lack of attention. These regions are not frozen in the past. They are alive, evolving, and welcoming to those who approach with respect and curiosity. I want you to feel this connection. The Silk Road that once crossed these passes still exists in a new form, carrying goods, ideas, and people across continents. The same rivers still flow. The same mountains still stand guard. We are only the latest chapter in a very long book. So the next time you see photographs of these places, remember, they are not just beautiful landscapes. They are living history books. Every tower, every ancient tree, every glass of wine carries voices from the past speaking quietly to the present. If you ever have the chance to visit, go. Talk to the local people, share a meal, listen to their stories, support the communities that have protected this heritage for millennia. And if you cannot travel there physically right now, let videos and stories like this become your bridge across time. I'm standing here as the sun disappears behind the peaks. The sky turns deep orange and purple. Lights flicker on in the village below. Someone begins to sing in the distance. Life continues, steady, beautiful, and timeless, exactly as it did 2,000 years ago, exactly as it will 2,000 years from now. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time and across hidden lands. If you enjoyed this, tell me in the comments, which ancient kingdom or forgotten region should we explore next? Would you like to travel back to ancient Persia, the mysteries of the Levant, the highlands of Ethiopia, the ancient kingdom of Aksum, rock-hewn churches older than many cathedrals in Europe, and legends of the Queen of Sheba and the Ark of the Covenant? Or perhaps somewhere else entirely? The lost cities of Persia, the mysterious temples of the Levant, the forgotten kingdoms of the Sahara, the misty mountains of the Andes, or the ancient wonders of Southeast Asia? Tell me in the comments. Your suggestions shape our next adventure. Keep exploring. Keep asking questions. Keep respecting the past while courageously building the future. Stay curious, stay kind, and never stop wondering what came before us. Until our next journey together, safe travels, both in this world and through the depths of time. See you soon, my friends.